crime scene spanning 2 cities with a man's life hanging in the balance. Tonight, an investigation is underway into whether the system in place to save him almost cost him his life. That young man shot 16 times on Cleveland's east side.
But minutes later, he ended up outside city limits, raising questions about who was going to take him to the hospital. News 5's Mike Brookbank has also been asking questions. He's live tonight. And Mike, Cleveland police just launched an internal investigation.
Yeah, this after some of its officers told their counterparts in Euclid that Cleveland paramedics would not transport the man because he was no longer in their city. This dash cam video shows a Euclid police officer pulling up to an SUV riddled with bullet holes and a bloodied man walking toward a squad car.
Hey, the victim over here, he's got gunshot wound to the left and right side of the chest, right shoulder, and left foot.
After being shot 16 times on Pawnee Avenue, he somehow ended up here on East 200th Street in Euclid. Cleveland police advised Euclid officers the man was a victim from a shooting they were investigating. And despite being in need of first aid, Cleveland EMS would not transport him to the hospital.
There should be no reason, no boundary that should exist where lives would be lost.
With Cleveland out of the picture, Euclid tried getting their paramedics, but were told there weren't any available, and help from South Euclid would take too long.
Notify Euclid we're coming in with a male with a gunshot wound.
That's when Euclid police put the man in the back of one of their squad cars, a Euclid officer there with him to administer first aid on the way to the hospital.
This is not an isolated incident.
Al Porter with Black on Black Crime tells me something similar happened back in November at this violent crash scene where 2 people died and 3 others were injured.
Battalion 6.
Go ahead.
EMS reports they are not responding because it's not in the city of Cleveland. Be advised.
Coded EMS refuses. Got it. Right on the border. We've got cars everywhere. Some of the cars are in Cleveland. Some might be in East Cleveland. Notify the assistant chief.
Shortly after responding to this crash, Cleveland's EMS commissioner told News 5 her crews did nothing wrong. They notified East Cleveland and then sent their own EMS to the scene. In this Pawnee Avenue case, it's not yet clear because of the city's internal investigation if proper protocol was followed.
When there's a life in the balance and they see that and they know that they go across the borderline.
This list of procedures that we just received from the city of Cleveland shows that EMS can provide medical care and even transport from a suburb if that suburb doesn't have any paramedics available. We're live in Cleveland tonight. Mike Brookbank, News 5.